Okay, with Melanie Moravski Dented. Oh my God, I was gonna say, how do I pronounce what's your last name?
Dechnicz, Moravski
Dechnicz.
Dechnicz.
I apologize. This is like a running gag. I'm like terrible with names, so it's not
It's
you, it's me.
okay. It's all
So
right.
okay, so you directed this dance film. You're part of a dance company. You're saying before the podcast that this is the first time you guys made a film.
It's our second film, but it's the first time we've ever entered anything into a film festival.
Okay,
Hmm.
and
So
so what kind of motivated your dance company to start making movies?
COVID, definitely COVID. So we're in Melbourne, Australia, and Melbourne, as you may or might know, may not know, was one of the most heavily locked down cities in the world during COVID. So we obviously moved our rehearsals online and everything online, like everyone else around the world. But it was quite a long, long time. And then once we could start going out, we still couldn't hire a theatre. We still couldn't do things on stages. So we thought, well, my dancers definitely needed motivation. I needed motivation. And so we thought, well, how about we do a film? And so this film that we've put into this film festival, Melbourne Hopak, was actually intended to be our first. However, with the restrictions, we still weren't able to film that around Melbourne CBD. There was too many of us, so we did a
Mhm.
different one in the countryside in Avoca in Victoria. And then this year we thought, well, we've really enjoyed doing the film and the different aspect of performance. And so we revisited the project and now have made Melbourne Hopak. And I think this is definitely something we will continue.
So to keep making movies. So
Yeah.
this did happen during COVID with a lot of dance companies. There was even in Toronto, there was like even a ballet company that made films, and they kind of got the bug. Is it easy to say that you got the filmmaking bug?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, look, I studied um, drama and theatre studies at university as well as dance. So I kind of was already kind of a little bit in that world, but I hadn't done any acting for a long time. And putting, especially cultural dance, on film and reimagining it in a different way has been really fun.
So it's your Ukrainian dance company in Australia, right?
Yes. Yep.
And so you do. I'm assuming you do Ukrainian dance.
Yep, we do. We do Ukrainian dance, Ukrainian Cossack dance. We have a school and a company, and the school trains children from 3 to 18, and we do classical ballet and Ukrainian dance. And then the company, we do a lot of training and different things, but we perform Ukrainian dance, traditional Ukrainian dance, and I would say definitely contemporary Ukrainian dance. We do a lot of storytelling. We still do like to do traditional, but in a obviously what's traditional, what used to be done in a village many years ago, and what we put on a stage now is very different. It's definitely what you'd call academic Ukrainian dance, highly trained using classical ballet and things like that. It's not um, a social Ukrainian dance that you would just do at a party. So it's definitely, yeah, not exactly what was done in the village many years ago.
So don't laugh at me, but what's the dance where they're on you're on your kind of back and your hands are on the ground and you kick out with your feet and you kind of
Yes,
move.
so that those moves would be Ukrainian Cossack dancing moves. So that would be like from Central Ukraine and Zaporizhia, and that
Yeah.
is where Hopak. That those kind of movements are in Hopak, which is the film that we
Because that you got to be pretty in some pretty amazing shape to be pulling that off. Let's one assume.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, and when we filmed this film, we did it all around Melbourne City, so it's all around different areas of the Melbourne CBD. Obviously, that's concrete, grass, on bridges, on little, like
Yeah.
all different things. So the ground was definitely not ideal surfaces for dancing, especially this dance had 16 couples, so it's a lot of people at the same time. And when the ground is concrete and not even flat, it's like a little curve that was really
Yeah.
challenging.
Well, the
It
one
was also
gentleman, you have the
freezing.
dance where you have their arms, then
Hmm.
you're just using your legs to kind of
The
move.
legs,
And he's on
yeah.
the side,
Hmm.
he's on the water, like he's on
Yeah,
the edge of the water, right?
yeah.
Did he fall in
It was
during a take?
no, thank God, and it was for Australia, a freezing cold day. It was one of our coldest days of the year. You know, we don't have snow and all the rest of it. It was really cold. It looks like a beautiful sunny day, but it was freezing. So if he had fallen in then, it would not have been very good because it was really
Yeah.
early in the day filming.
The leg and back muscles that they must have, or like it's extra. They're athletes, like
Oh yeah,
yeah. There's no question about
yeah,
it, right?
yeah, absolutely, yeah. But they do train from young, so
Yeah.
you're kind of building that up over time.
No, I just think about like somebody who's like wants to like train their back. It's like a pretty good dance to do that.
Yeah, yeah. Look, it's not something that you would, if you haven't danced through
You
your
can't
life,
just
it's not
start at
something
like
you would
50 like
just.
me. I guess you can't do that, I guess.
It would take a bit of work and lead up, bit of strength work.
Yeah. Okay, so what's your plan? So you directed the film, correct?
Well, I'm the artistic director of the company,
Okay.
and I worked with our videographer, Ethan Behrens from
Ethan,
Edit
okay.
Life Media.
Yeah.
And Ethan and I, we kind of met just after COVID, well, during COVID, kind of, and started this kind of project together. And he is not of Ukrainian descent, he's not a dancer. He is a videographer, and he was just incredible, so amazing to work with. He just got it, and I think I would never work with anyone else. He just really worked so well with us. So we kind of scouted locations together and made a plan together. He obviously had to go through our piece and learn our
Mhm.
dance, and we kind of broke it up into scenes, so to say. Not that you generally would break up a dance into scenes, but we did, to decide what we would film where. um, and then there was a lot of parts that we filmed in multiple locations, just to see, and broke it down where usually there'd be a large number of people. We would just do it with one couple or two couples. And so it's not exactly like watching the dance in full, but it moves pretty quickly the way he's edited it together. It's very choppy, changey, and it's very, I think, exciting.
So okay, so you're in Victoria, that is a state or a province in Australia, right? So
Yeah, it's a state. Yeah.
so then
So
you're kind of like in
Melbourne,
the southern tip, I guess, off of the ocean. Are you in a different
yep.
time zone than Sydney?
No, we're in the
Okay.
same time zone as Sydney. Yeah.
So we're doing this at 10 o'clock in Toronto. What time is it there?
It's 2:17 p.m.
So you're 16 hours, I guess 16 hours ahead.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
40 degrees today. It's really hot.
it's really
Celsius, I
hot.
should say,
That's
not that it is.
crazy.
It's
Yeah.
it's
Well,
really hot today.
there was an
Going through a heat wave.
ice storm today in Toronto. I think, I don't know, too hot or too cold. I don't know
Where
what you want.
I don't know, I think I'd go with the cold right now.
Have you
It's
ever
really
seen
hot.
snow before?
Yes, I've been to Toronto before.
Okay.
Um, was I in Toronto when it was snowing? No, I don't think so. No, I've been to Ukraine when it was been snowing,
Okay, obviously. Okay.
and Europe, and I've been to Canada. Yeah,
Are you from
but
Ukraine?
not in. I was born in Australia, but my background is Ukrainian,
Okay.
but I was born here. Yeah.
So is there like a in your in where you are, is there a Ukrainian community? Because you have a Korea Ukrainian dance school, so you assume that
Hmm.
there's a community, I guess.
Yeah, it's not as big as in Canada. In Canada, Ukrainian communities are huge and there are lots of them. But in Australia, yes, we definitely have a community in each of our cities. Here in Melbourne, so I do have a dance school and a dance company. We grew up going to Ukrainian school, singing in Ukrainian choirs, doing dancing. We belong to a Ukrainian Catholic parish. So, yeah, we definitely grew up very Ukrainian in Australia. But I have, for the last 14 years, been teaching Ukrainian dance outside of the Ukrainian community, also in full time dance school. So at the moment, for the last 5 years, I've been teaching at the Australian Ballet School. So I teach the character program, which is cultural dance, and I teach Ukrainian dance.
What are the qualities to have a good dance? Because I'm assuming it's very competitive in Canada. So what are the qualities to have
Mm.
a great dance school for kids? Because you said you teach from 3 to 18.
Yeah, yeah. Well, look, it depends what a parent's looking for. Like, as a dancer, for me, I want to send my child somewhere where they're going to be. taught safe dance practices. They're going to be taught correct technique, especially because the boys um, dancing is so heavy on the legs. You want
Yeah.
to make sure that the children's joints are protected and that you're teaching things at the appropriate age that they're supposed to learn them.
Mhm.
So proper classical training, proper strength training, and that you're introducing things at the right time. Obviously, um, for me, it's also really important that yes, it's about dance, but it's about so much more than dance. It's about community. It's about
Yeah.
friendships. It's about oh, um, confidence, and there's so many things. Like the dancers that dance in our company, we have quite a large group of dancers that are not of Ukrainian heritage at all that just love Ukrainian dance, and they're just drawn to it because of the energy and the performance and the opportunity that it gives. We perform a lot through festivals,
Mhm.
private functions. We put on our own shows. So I guess there's lots of different things that can attract you to a school. Also, the what the possibility for the children are when they grow up. A lot of ballet schools here in Australia, you kind of reach 18, 21, and it kind of you stop performing because you don't want to be performing with little children, and then where do you go next? So our company um, gives that opportunity to dancers who are at university, still have jobs. We've got
Oh,
midwives,
that's great.
policemen,
Yeah.
doctors in training. We've got all these different
Yeah.
professions within our dance company. So yeah, it's great.
I love that because it's like obviously a lot of the obviously not every like most people are not going to become professional dancers, and like you said it's about
Mm.
other things. It's about discipline, kind of like friendship,
Yeah,
like learning how to be a team, all those things, right?
yeah,
And you're right
absolutely.
because a lot of like like this athletics or whatever, it's like you're 18 and you stop because it's like that's when
Yeah,
you're told to stop, right? And like why?
yeah,
And then the parents
yeah. Why?
spend
That's exactly right.
all their energy on their kids, right?
That's right. When they
Yeah,
could still be doing it themselves.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously, that goes to a certain point when your body still can do it, but there's so much, there's so many other ways to be involved around that when you stop dancing. I mean, our costumes are so elaborate. So,
yeah.
we have people who help with costumes, all the backstage work that needs to be done in any show. There's, so much and so many ways to be involved. But I think in Canada, Ukrainian dancers tend to retire a lot earlier. Here in Australia, we don't quite have as many people, so we tend to dance later. Um, try to hold everybody, hold
Yeah.
everybody in as long as I can. Yeah.
All right, so your film, the costumes are amazing, right? And it's like just like they just stand out. The color, I'm assuming that's part of the culture of the dance. Did you guys like did you have the costumes already for other like competitions and things before you did the
Yeah,
film?
so yes, they're our like signature Hopak costumes. So we've
Yeah,
had them. We will be 12 years old in a few weeks. So we've had them for the whole 12 years that we have existed. So um, the costumes, we make our costumes in Australia. We source the fabrics. Sometimes we buy trims and things from Ukraine, but it's very hard to get the right fabrics here to make everything traditional. Obviously, traditional with a dance purpose. Skirts are a lot shorter than they were when they traditionally wore
sure.
them. All of that. So, but we make them four stage to stand out. All the embroidery on the shirts, obviously in traditional costumes, they're hand embroidered.
Yeah.
Ours are printed, but they have that same effect from stage. So there's all different things. But yeah, we definitely had those costumes, and quite often because your whole part costume, your central costume, kind of is very um, people see it and they know what company you're from because they're very used to seeing that one costume that kind of defines your company. So that costume is something that would be predominant to Lehenda.
So you're kind of mixing cultures with the film because you're showing all the landmarks of Victoria, but then you're
Melbourne, yeah.
showing the kind of culture, the Ukrainian dance, the Ukrainian costumes. It's kind of like a mixture, I guess.
Yes. I guess it's very us. Like for the dancers who dance within Lehenda, we are Australian. Most of us were born here in Melbourne or in other cities in Australia.
Yeah.
We feel very Australian and Ukrainian. And so I guess having grown up here and being, for example, who I am. I've grown up here, but I've grown up in a Ukrainian community. I'm very Australian, love Australia, love Melbourne. I've lived here my whole life. So I guess that city is really important to me, and Ukrainian culture is really important to me. So it was really nice to kind of, it's kind of like showing Ukrainian dance through the eyes of someone who is Australian and Melbourneian.
And you choreograph the all the dances in the film?
Yes, yep, that's my work.
That's amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a really great film. I love it. And the music, it's where did you like I'm assuming you had the music already picked out before you started filming?
Yeah, this Hopak was something that we've been performing already for a long time. In fact,
Gotcha.
I choreographed it. I choreographed this over 20
So
20
you
something
do it
years
on
ago.
stage.
So,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we recently in November we performed a show called Two Ways to Dance, and it was looking at lots of different variations of two ways to dance: dance on film, dance on stage, dance to preserve culture. We use drones to film, and they can preserve culture, but they can also destroy culture with what's happening in Ukraine and the war. So we had a look at that kind of double-edged sword of two ways. And we before we had our original film that we did, our Pravit, and we premiered our Hopak film, Melbourne Hopak there, and we had the whole film play, and then we performed just a slight little part of the encore live on stage. So we had a little bit of both in that. And the audience, I have to say, they responded really well
Yeah.
to the film,
I
especially, I
bet.
guess, our audience is from Melbourne, or they live in Melbourne. They may not be from Melbourne, but they live here. So,
Yeah.
yeah, they really loved it.
And then the people you had some like obviously that we talked about the one gentleman doing it on the near the water. But you had some
Yeah.
like you where did you like and you had some solo artists, of course, you had the female and where did you like was everybody who you pick for the film, they do it on stage as well?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So that's our dance company. So it's the same dancers. And we had
They're just doing
kind
it
of
outside
planned.
or inside the kind of music the interior locations, I guess, instead of doing it on stage.
Yeah, look, sometimes we perform that piece with four couples, and sometimes we perform it with 16. So there's always variations to the way we do things. So we did plan this for Melbourne, and we did plan what sections we'd do, how many people were going to be doing it in which location, and
Yeah.
then we planned who was going to do what tricks, and then some things were a little bit organic when we got there, and we thought, oh, you know what, this is going to work here, and we'd try that out. So some things were very planned, and some things we just got there and went, you know what, this is going to be good. And we just kind of improvised a little bit.
Yeah. And then you said the gentleman, Ethan, was he, did he also help you with the editing as well?
But yeah, he edited the full film.
Uh,
So he had the stage version of our dance so that he would know exactly what order. And obviously we had, clapped it at what scene was where,
yeah.
but he kind of chose the footage. We worked together on that a little bit. Like he would edit it and then I would watch and go, oh, can we change this part, or that bit's not quite, from the dance perspective. Um, which was a shame sometimes, because sometimes I'd look at it and go, oh, that dancing, I want to cut that bit out. But the way he'd edit it was really awesome. But I was like, I can't really show that bit. So it was a
Yeah.
bit of back and forth.
Like Melbourne's a pretty big city. It's like 5 million people, right? Like it's a
Yeah, it's
pretty huge
huge.
city.
Yes. Yep. There was a lot of
Wow.
crowds watching when we were filming, actually.
Is there a boat to Tasmania that you guys can go?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
There is. You can even put your car on it, and
Oh,
um,
gotcha. Yeah.
it goes overnight. Yeah,
How
you
long
can
does it
drive.
take to
It's
get
not quite
there?
like a ferry, it's a boat. I've never done it myself. I've only ever
Oh,
flown to Tasmania, but
yeah.
well, my family has. But you drive on the boat and then you go and see. I think it's like an overnight trip, so it must be
Yeah.
like 7 hours or something. Yeah,
That's cool. Yeah. I remember doing that from
yeah.
London to Amsterdam, where you like,
Oh
yeah,
wow,
yeah.
yeah,
It's the same kind of concept. No, because I see it on the map. It looks so it's so close to it, right?
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, like it's but you're kind of giving tribute to the city in many ways as well. That's why I was
Mm,
asking. It's almost like it could be a tourist kind of piece, kind of
yes,
take little snippets of it, right?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
So
kind of
yeah,
shows
it's
you
just
around a little bit.
yeah, 100%. Like I just like really great film, and it's there forever now. You made a film that that's there now. Like that's the great thing about film,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
Besides, you planning on putting on your websites? Like I know you guys have a nice website, like to promote it.
Ye we with our last film that we did was Privet, so it was like a welcome film, and we filmed it in a wheat field in Avoca. So the Ukrainian flag represents the sky and wheat fields because Ukraine was also
Yeah,
was known for the breadbasket of Europe. So we filmed it in a wheat field in Australia. So you had this wheat and blue sky look like we in Ukraine, and then you had all these gum trees. It was really, and kangaroos hopping. It was crazy. It was beautiful. But so that one we did actually put on our website. We put on YouTube and things like that. This one we're going to hold off a little bit because we thought, well, I think we'll try and put it out there in a few different film festivals and
yeah,
things like that. And eventually we will put it somewhere. I think we'll make a few more small trailers, um, highlights from the film, maybe. But
100%. Yeah.
mm,
No, no,
we're
it's
thinking of
a
which
it's a
ones to do
no-brainer for a
next.
dance festival. It should get into to all your dance festivals that you submit to. So where I sit, right? So
Thank
that's
you.
pretty great.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, the whole film festival for us is very new. So this is
Yeah,
the very first application we've put in, and it's all very new to me. I haven't even really attended many film festivals, to be honest. So that's something. It's
yeah.
new, it's exciting, and it's in Toronto, and I've got friends in Toronto, so I'm like, you got to go watch our film. Yeah,
Cool. All right. Well,
yeah.
I wish you the best of success with the film. I think it's great,
Thank you.
and yeah, I appreciate all your time and enjoy the rest of your day. I guess we're going to sleep soon in Toronto, but
Yeah, and
you
sleep
have the rest of
well.
your day ahead of
Yeah,
you.
no,
Yeah,
we've still got the evening to go.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
It's like the worst joke in the world. Like, how's tomorrow doing? Right? So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, we're a little bit further into the new year than you.
yeah. In the yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. The southern hemisphere as
yeah,
well, right? Where the water
mm,
spins the other way. Is that what they
yeah,
say? Yeah,
yeah. They say that. I'm not sure,
yeah,
but
exactly.
thank you.
All right, let's talk. Keep making movies. I hope you do. I think it's great.
Yeah, we will.
All right.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.